we should all be aware of. I mean, keeping guns out of the hands of felons and people who are prohibited should be at the utmost importance to everyone.
New tonight at 6, keeping guns out of the wrong hands. NBC4 Investigates is showing you what goes on behind the scenes at firearms stores if they suspect a customer is buying a gun with dangerous intentions. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Colleen Marshall.
And I'm Kerry Charles. NBC4's Jamie Ostroff has given us a look inside the ATF's operation to trace crime guns. But as she shows us tonight, the private sector, you say, also plays an important role in this.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely does. When I spoke with agents at the ATF office here in Columbus, they told me there are two primary ways that guns can end up in the wrong hands: theft or through straw purchases. That is when someone who can legally buy a gun buys the gun for someone who cannot. I spoke with one gun store owner who has caught straw purchasers in the act. Behind the sales floor at LEPD Firearms Range and Training in Columbus is what owner Eric Delbert calls his wall of shame. It features people who've come into his store to buy a gun, but instead got indicted.
We have close ties to local law enforcement, to the ATF, and on situations such as that, it's easy to pick up the phone and say, hey, look, just to let you know, something just didn't seem right on this.
That's exactly what Delbert says happened in 2018 when these two came into the store.
It was a little bit of a strange conversation in that they immediately went to firearms in the case and pointed out a couple different firearms and merely wanted multiples of that firearm, which is something we don't see all the time.
Picking out guns as though they're cookies at a bakery is just one of the red flags Delbert says can help him spot a straw purchaser. Here's another.
They were very, very aloof to some of the questions when we were asking, geez, what do you, that's an awful lot of that firearm.
While the customers filled out the paperwork to buy the guns, Delbert's staff had a decision to make.
Through a couple of us talking, decided that, at that time, we're not going to allow these firearms to go out the door.
Delbert sent the customers on their way empty-handed and called the ATF. His tip turned into an investigation we told you about with the help of an undercover ATF agent last week.
So I started to see a trend that this individual was purchasing repeated make and model, like the same firearm, all across town.
That led to the discovery that the customers in Delbert's store were part of a 4-person international trafficking ring, smuggling guns into Canada. All 4 were convicted. A 2018 press release from the Justice Department credited LEPD for helping with the case.
I was very proud of our employees for identifying them. They did a great job saying, this just didn't feel right, and ultimately it ended up, one for the good guys.
Delbert told me in the 8 years he's been in business, situations like that one are very rare. He just wants people to know that they are not going to automatically become suspect just for coming into the store to shop.